what is crazy? Sonic in the early 2000s. Something just, man, the culture, the times. Sonic was everywhere, but also, like, nowhere at the same time. Definitely not as hugely popular as he is nowadays. Like, the games back then were so amazing. Sonic was turning almost 10 years at this point. So, maybe his fame was dying down. But frankly, there are websites and forums rising to discuss Sonic, and fans can meet around, But you gotta remember, the early 2000s saw a rise in the internet and the dot-com boom. And everything had a website. There's even a website advertised in Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 released in 2001, of course, on the Dreamcast, and it was amazing. The storyline was so good, the art was amazing. Just look at this art here. Mwah! Chef's kiss. It is drawn by Satoshi Okano. Very infamous. Just the art style of this art and the style of the game itself, it looks so 2000. And it was the first game to introduce Shadow. And don't get me started on Shadow. He was a hedgehog, and he was a hedgehog. Can I make it any more obvious? Okay, Shadow is the coolest, most badass Sonic character to ever drop, and he is almost like a true embodiment of nu metal, Limp Bizkit. Keep on rolling, baby. And also, at this point in the series, we could always play as multiple characters. Something that stopped being a feature in most games until Sonic Frontier DLC. Anyways, Sonic game after Sonic game was released, and every one of them was probably a banger. Okay, I'm gonna start spitting them out. Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog. Love this game, by the way. Sonic 06. Sonic 06 was the magnum opus of Sonic. A reboot, a freaking HD Sonic game about Sonic doing Sonic things. Like, he ballin', he chillin', and he buggin', 'cause of bugs. Okay. I love the cinematics. They literally breathe early and mid-2000s. Like, even to the music and to the level designs. It looks like a state of ancient game and brand new. I mean, brand new for the time. But when did Sonic get into the Windows wallpaper? Also, when did Sonic get an anime princess girlfriend? But my most favorite part I always and will always bring up is the awkwardness of the mocap. It looks so good and bad at the same time. Well, executed bad. But many other good stuff like Sonic Advance 1 and 2. The games get a little harder as you play, but nothing too crazy. You could even play Sonic Rush. It plays a lot like Sonic Advance, but mixed with the boost games, and you can even perform tricks and, boost. Or how about Sonic X on Game Boy Advance? Yeah, I always think it is cool how movies and shows were put onto handheld devices. Like, it's pretty crazy, honestly. I remember watching shit on the PSP. Like, that shit was bussin'. Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Storybook games. Literally, what else could you ask for? Each game has its own personality, its own charm. Each game mechanics. Granted, some of them are weird, like Sonic Riders. Now, I covered that game in my every Sonic racing game ever, so, check it out. I don't know, it's like the Millennium R adverts that I see. It feels like this futuristic look and tone to it. Y2K, as for Sonic, has almost like staring at these aquarium and water Y2K photos. Technology seemed so futuristic, but so simple. I liked all that. Sonic was still simple too. Sonic didn't need fancy graphics to be a good game. It used style. Sure, Sonic games nowadays still have style, but not any of the 2000s. The edge, the rawness that it captured. The technology that they used always fascinated me. Sonic for me seems to be peak in the 2000s, trying to do what was popular, which isn't bad unless you are Sonic Forces, because that game was trash. Anyways, seems like Sega and Sonic Team wasn't afraid to actually experiment. try new ideas, and eventually release and ship the game to get bad reviews. Now, we get to the beginning of the end, Sonic in the 2010s, which, hey, the 2010s wasn't too long ago. It's been 14 years since 2010? No, I need a time machine. Okay, so seeing that the 2010s was a decade ago, Sonic was still releasing some bangers. Or shall I say, some floppers. Okay, Sonic in the 2010s wasn't all that bad. A few that stand out are Sonic Colors, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Lost World. And Sonic 4. Gosh, I absolutely hate Sonic 4. It looks like a Flash game that they sold and charged for money. Like, why, Mr. Sega? Why was this a good idea? But comparatively, between the two decades, I'd say the 2000s were better. Nothing better than popping in a Sonic game into your PS2 and seeing all 2 pixels of the game on your CRT. Okay, it really wasn't like that, but not too far off. Alright, so Sega in the 2000s made some good games, bad decisions. I'll just put it that way. But revisiting the era in the games is always so amazing to me. So, with all that said, catch you on the flip side. Sayonara. And always, thanks for watching, and you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and you can always subscribe if you wanna, and give this video a like, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye!